So, for example, now in your book you spoke a bit about relationships. Now, I don't know if you have seen this thing, but it looks like bad guys. When I say bad guys, like people who are like womanizers and stuff. Usually they end up with good women.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, because they.
Do you really have a research to?
Not a research. So I was talking to a group of guys.
Have you done a survey?
No survey. This is not a survey, please. Disclaimer: no survey. No, there's no scientific survey. I didn't send anybody questions.
Okay.
But I was talking to a group of guys 2 weeks ago, and then he was telling me that from what he has experienced, that's his life experience, most of the guys that he knew who were not like womanizers, but like they have dated a lot of people, had a lot of dating experience. Yes, he used dating experience, that's the word. They seem to choose good women. And he was saying that even if they end up later cheating on their wives, but they chose the good women. Because he was saying that they have sampled a lot of women. So they're able to choose good women. What do you think about that?
Oh, I don't think it's true. Perhaps because they had opportunity to date more women, they also had opportunity to befriend a lot of ladies, and that's the secret to the whole thing. So I tell guys to try and befriend, a lot of ladies. It's not with a bad motive, but to learn more about ladies. So probably the reason why they are succeeding in their relationships is because of the matter is because of how they relate with ladies, or how they've related with ladies over the years. So
Hello guys, welcome to Daily News Hive, where we talk about educative, entertaining, and informative content. Today, we are back in the studio with Coach Alfie. Remember, he came again. He came last year. We spoke about relationship. We answered all your questions. Now, he has released a book, which is titled Choices. A very, very nice book. I read the book and I was really impressed. So I said he has to come back again so that we discuss the book. So today, we're going to talk about plenty things. In fact, amazing things. We're going to talk about why good people don't do well. Why do good people fail? Why do people who are bad also succeed? Is failure based on being good or being bad? Is it based on your choices? So I'm sure that is why he decided to use the title Choices. Because good people can make good choices. Good people can also make bad choices. Bad people can make good choices. Bad people can make bad choices. So, stay tuned to the video, like, subscribe, share. Alfred.
yeah, boss.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
So, let me do a bit of introduction for those who don't know you.
Okay.
This is a great man sitting here. He's a minister of the gospel. He's a social worker. He's an entrepreneur. Plenty things. One person. And he's also a public speaker and also a life coach. And it's also an author. You didn't add author to it. But
in subsequent,
when he came last year, I'm sure those who didn't watch the video, when he came last year, he said he was going to write the book. And so at that time, in the spirit, in the future, he was already an author. So now if I call you a serial author, I'm not saying anything wrong.
You can manage that.
And you also fellowship at the Assemblies of God Triumph Center, Joel, right? Wow. So let's dive straight into the video. Why do good people fail? Or let me make it this way, why do bad people succeed? I mean, most of the times, in the way we want good people to do well, we don't want bad people to do well. But sometimes, a person who is bad, I mean, we all know somebody that we feel that the person is doing something wrong, but that person is also doing well in life. Why does that happen?
So, I think this is a broad question, but I believe everything is about choices. You get it? So, it depends on the definition of success. Yeah, if there's someone is succeeding, it's an ambiguous thing. That it can have more than one meaning. So it depends on your definition of success. Yeah, but the reason why sometimes some bad people tend to do well in some areas of their life is based on the choices that they make. Yeah, so if maybe the person is doing well economically, it means he's making wise choices economically despite his bad behavior or like something. Yeah.
So it means that the choices that you make are very important in life.
Very important. That's what would define your progress in life.
Yeah. So if a bad person decides to make good choices,
but what succeed to an extent.
To an extent.
Yeah.
So, for example, now in your book you spoke a bit about relationships. Now, I don't know if you have seen this thing, but it looks like bad guys. When I say bad guys, like people who are like womanizers and stuff. Usually they end up with good women.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, because
do you really have a research to?
Not a research. So I was talking to a group of guys.
Have you done a survey?
No survey. This is not a survey, please. Disclaimer: no survey. No, there's no scientific survey. I didn't send anybody questions.
Okay.
But I was talking to a group of guys 2 weeks ago, and then he was telling me that from what he has experienced, that's his life experience, most of the guys that he knew who were not like womanizers, but like they have dated a lot of people, had a lot of dating experience. Yes, he used dating experience, that's the word. They seem to choose good women. And he was saying that even if they end up later cheating on their wives, but they chose the good women. Because he was saying that they have sampled a lot of women. So they're able to choose good women. What do you think about that?
Oh, I don't think it's true. Perhaps because they had opportunity to date more women, they also had opportunity to befriend a lot of ladies, and that's the secret to the whole thing. So I tell guys to try and befriend, a lot of ladies. It's not with a bad motive, but to learn more about ladies. So probably the reason why they are succeeding in their relationships is because of, the matter is because of how they relate with ladies, or how they've related with ladies over the years. So they've developed that kind of culture, and they know how to handle the problems of ladies and how to make them happy, how to make them feel good, how to make them feel loved. But if you don't befriend ladies, you wouldn't know those kind of things. It doesn't come by magic, or you get it. Yeah. So you have to get into a kind of relationship with them. But they were using it on a bad note.
Yeah.
But it's not really advisable. But because of that, so that may be the reason why they are succeeding. Not the mere fact that they've dated so many people, so they have that kind of experience. But other people date so many people, but they don't end up marrying people.
That's true.
Yeah.
So choices. Why choices? I mean, I've read the book. When I read the book, in fact, I came up with 3 other titles for the book. I'm not the author, but as I read the book, I tried to come up with 3 different titles for the book. Because I was trying to see, what was in your mind when you wrote choices.
Yeah.
Because this book could have been titled even something like Emotional Intelligence.
Emotional Intelligence. Oh.
This book could have been titled How to Be Successful.
Yeah, I think that one would have.
It can be, so many titles, but you as the author, you have a reason for choosing this title. Why choices?
Yeah, so as I said earlier on, life is about choices. with this interview we are doing, we decided to do this interview, so it's a choice. I decided to come from my house to this place, it's a choice. We decided to talk, so it's a choice. And I decided to respond, so it's a choice. So life is full of choices. From the day you were born to the day that you are going to die, every step that you take, everything that you do is about a choice. So if you make sure you effect the right choices into everything that you do, you can be able to succeed in every area of your life. So
Wow.
that's the reason why I chose the title choice, because it's goes beyond just any kind of title. Yeah, so it's something which is deep. That's yeah.
It's very interesting because as we were thinking, I was just wondering how different a lot of lives will be if maybe, because like in SHS, part of social studies or something, people are taught how to make choices. Because I just realized that one of the most things, like the most important decisions people will ever take in their lives, apart from maybe deciding who to marry, is also deciding who will be your friend.
Your friend, oh yeah, it's very
And
important.
we don't discuss things like this.
Yeah.
Like people don't understand how to choose a friend. I mean, you hear so many stories of people who say that, oh, I was not doing drugs, I befriended this person, I started doing drugs, or something. Like you always hear stories about how people made wrong choices and their life just messed up.
And how they were influenced by their company or their friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I tackled that one in the book.
Oh, that's
an
great.
aspect of that in the book. That the reason why that was from the first chapter, I wrote about why people fail in life, and one of the reasons is wrong company. You know, so if you surround yourself with the wrong people, you are bound to fail in life. Because the company you surround yourself with, they have a major influence on your life. Yeah. So I think it's something that we need to talk to our
that's
kids
powerful.
about it, you know, at school, because I mostly say the most important lessons of life are not learned in the classroom. Yeah. When we go to the classroom, we are learning about mathematics, social studies, praying, vocational skills, and those kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They are very important, but I think we have to also find a way to maybe at least teach them life skills.
Yeah.
Well, most of the children are in the university, but they don't even know anything about life.
Yeah.
Last time I went to the campus, I went to Legon campus to speak to some of the students, and I was interviewing one guy, and I saw that this guy, if God doesn't give him grace, or if Mercy doesn't speak, the guy may fail in life because he couldn't answer basic questions about life. He was in level 400 about graduating and entering the world. He was going to this national service, and afterwards he's going to search for a job like the
normal thing
that everyone does. And right now, the way the system is very tight and difficult. If you are a student, you are listening to me right now, and you are thinking about, oh, I'll finish school and I'll look for a job, then you have to look for other alternatives, because it may fail. You may never get a job, or even your dream job. And some of the jobs, they wouldn't even be paying you much. If you don't take care, you'll be using your TNT, you'll be using the money that they give you for your TNT and food. And you're not even safe. So then why are you doing that job? It's better to rather volunteer in a company to get better experience than working for a company that is not adding any value to you, but you are rather wasting your time, and you are using the money that they pay you at the end of the month for TNT. And that makes sense. So I think we need to discuss more matters related to choices and the kind of friend that we accept into our lives.
That's true. Yeah. Now, in the book, you speak about, you just even mentioned one that having bad friends makes you not successful.
Yeah.
Now, success itself is a very interesting thing.
Exactly, yeah. I would like you to go there.
Because how to even define success, like it's wild, because everybody has a definition of success.
Definition of success, yeah.
To most people, I mean, if I say most, like I said, I'm not done any survey. But if I look at the people I've met, people I interact with, I say 50% plus, or maybe if I'm being bold, 60% or 70%. Will think that success is, once you have money, you're successful.
No, it's never true.
If you have like plenty money, it means you are very successful.
Or plenty property.
Or like if you have things like you have cars, you have houses,
you dress well.
You dress well, you eat good. I mean, you can, if you are hungry, you say, "Oh, let's go to Kempinski." You go and eat.
You can afford.
You can afford a good life. You have those things. For some people to define success by maybe having a husband or having a wife or having children or I mean, these are the things society calls successful.
Success, yeah.
Or maybe winning political office, like these things. But what is success? What makes money successful? What is success? What makes somebody successful?
Okay, yeah. So I'll break it down to make it very easy to understand. Yeah, I'll break it down, and that's one thing I did in my book. Anyone who gets access to my book can really understand the book, because
Buy the book.
I didn't
Buy
use complicated language.
Yeah.
I see some authors. I've read a lot of books, and sometimes the authors I don't really know like the idea behind the choice of some words.
They want you to get a dictionary.
But the impact isn't in, it's not only in the choice of words. If you use maybe uncommon words, the person can learn by searching in the dictionary, and that's fine. But I think whenever you write books, you should make it very accessible. So whenever somebody picks the book, the person should be able to read and understand. So this book I really made it basic because I targeted the youth from the age of, like, let's say 12 years and above. I wanted everyone to get the keys that I released in the book, the nuggets in the book, so that the person can succeed in life. So now coming back to the definition of success, I would give a main definition. I would term it as real success. What real success means. Yeah, but before I go there, I would like to say something little about success. As human beings, we have different areas of our lives. We have our spiritual life, our economic life, social lives, relationship lives, and emotional lives. Those are some of the areas that I captured. Yeah. So somebody can succeed in his emotional life and fail in his spiritual life.
Yeah.
Somebody can succeed in the economic life. That's what we said earlier on, that somebody can be bad. So let's say behavior-wise or human relation-wise, a person is worse, doesn't know how to talk to people, insult people, treat people with cruelty and everything. But maybe the person may be applying the right principles in his business, and the person will be succeeding. So with that kind of milestone, let's say in economic, the person has succeeded. Please, do you get it?
Yeah.
So bringing it down to that portion, we can say the person has achieved a level of success. But when we are talking about real success, it's about fulfilling your God-given assignment on earth. So when you come to earth and you discover your purpose, the reason why God brought you to the earth, and you are able to fulfill that kind of God-given assignment, which can only be fulfilled in Christ Jesus. Yeah. So that's why in my book I wrote that life without Christ is full of crisis. And the most important decision that any human being can make is not about religion. The most important decision that every man can make is to accept Jesus as your Lord and personal Savior. And that's when you see a lot of changes in your life, and your life can be very meaningful. And so real life is connected to fulfilling your God-given assignment. It's not about the food you eat or the money that you've made.
Now you've sent it to an area, so let me come back to another area. Okay. Now you said that real success is what? By fulfilling your God-given assignment. Yeah. You see, now in the way you have put it, somebody will ask, that doesn't mean that we should all become pastors.
No, God-given assignment is not about pastor.
So define the God-given assignment.
I really like the question. Yeah. So God-given assignment, in the book of Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 4, God told Jeremiah the reason why he said, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you, and I've called you to become a prophet. So that was Jeremiah's assignment. He was called to become a prophet. But you may not be called to become a prophet.
Okay.
You may be called to help people. Some people are called even into different vocations to help, people's health and co.
This is a very interesting thing you are saying.
Yeah. So every human being has a God-given assignment. Myself, when I was on campus, I met one of my leaders on campus, and he was asking me that, Alfred, do you know your purpose in life? Do you know your assignments? And I was confused because I've never thought about that question. I was in level 100 or so. So I sat down and I thought I didn't find it. So it was rather in level 400 that I was praying about it. I told God that, God, I really wanted to know the path that I should take in life. I really wanted to know my purpose, my assignment, and God really wrote it to me.
Wow.
That was why I even started the Therapeutic Solutions Community. I saw that I was born to help people. I was born to raise people to be able to be, meaningful to society.
Wow.
So that's my assignment. That's why I've decided to do life coaching. In my public speaking, I inspire the youth, I build the youth, I raise leaders. So that's the assignment that I've found, for myself. And I wasn't the one who gave myself that assignment, but God was the one who gave it to me. So somebody too can have a different, calling or an assignment. So it's up to you to find it and to work in it.
So if I am looking at it from your perspective, or what you just said.
Okay.
It means that somebody can have an assignment to be like a musician. Somebody can have an assignment to be a website designer. Can be somebody's assignment.
Yeah, with regards to that, we have to, there is a difference between an assignment and a job, or a job and a work.
Okay.
You can have a job. That's what you do to pay you. Like, let's say what you are doing may be your job, but it may not be even connected to your assignment in life. Please, you get it?
So how do you find your assignment?
Yes, so I think that's the crucial question to ask. Yeah, so you can only find your assignment. Well, first of all, let me ask you a question. Sorry to answer your question.
You're asking the interviewer a question.
Yeah, but so that it will make it very clear.
Okay.
That I can answer your question very well. So, who created you, or how did you come to the earth? Who do you think?
Like, God created us.
So it means the manufacturer is the one who gives the device that is manufacturing. He gives the assignment to that device. So the manufacturer of this NASCO television, he manufactured it for a specific purpose. So every human being was brought to earth for a specific assignment. So God is the only one who can tell you that He has called you in this and this and this area. So if you need to know, you have to go back to God and ask Him, and surely He will give you that kind of direction. It's not easy.
This what you are saying. It sounds like a whole video by itself.
So I think maybe you can take it on as a subject.
Yes, this is a whole video. But if I want to continue the route you are taking me to, I will ask you questions. We will not talk about anything else. So we'll come back. You will come back, and we'll do a video on this particular thing. Step by step. You have to make it very practical. So because if you are saying that, you are the one saying it, so you have to show, if you want to discover your assignment, do A, do B, do C. If you are saying you should ask and wait on God, what do you mean practically?
Exactly.
See, that's one of the things that otherwise it makes it like in a way, in quotes, like religion, where you are saying you can do this, but you don't show the person how to do it. Yes, it's the step by step showing somebody how to do it.
That's why I said it actually takes time. It doesn't take one day to discover. But the mistake that we do is that we don't teach the children, even about purpose and assignment. While they are, growing up, we just take them to school and we feed them. So somebody can even be 70 years old and the person doesn't even know,
that'll be sad though.
Your calling in life is very important.
That'll be very sad.
Yes,
to be 70 years and I'm not done what you were supposed to do.
That's why I define the difference between jobs. Sometimes we confuse it. I think the last time when I came here, I was speaking about somebody can, do different kinds of jobs and succeed in a job and everything, but the person will never do anything connected to his assignment on it. And that's very sad. Very sad.
70 years.
Yes.
That is a curse.
So that's when when you get to discover that, I've lived all these years without even knowing my purpose in life. That some people can even die out of shock, or they'll regret doing all the things that they did without even. It's not like don't work. You can work, but alongside you have to make sure you are doing what God has called you. That's why some people can be in ministry. Be working for the government, but still be doing charity. Because that's what maybe they are led to do, or God has called them to help people. You get it? So they may be working. They may be maybe president or a minister of state or a parliamentarian, but they'll be doing charity work. Some people will be helping children's education or something. That can be a calling. Some people maybe in a specific field, work can give you an assignment there. Now do this. So all the person's life, while the person is growing, you see that the person is just connected to that particular thing. So breaking it down, I really wish we can get the time, some other time to talk about it, as we said. But as I said, the only way that you can know your assignment is to ask God, for God to lead you. And it doesn't come just once. And I also like the way
progressive
something. And God wouldn't even reveal the whole thing to you at once. But sometimes you grow into it. So the more you do it, the more you progress and you understand. you do it
Yeah.
because you understand. Yeah. So it's not like you rush into the thing, but understand that there is an assignment for you.
It just reminded me of something I heard somewhere. Somebody, I think, I don't know whether it was Miles Monroe who said it. He said that when you are introduced to who you are supposed to be,
Exactly.
you'll be scared of yourself. Something I'm sure I've paraphrased it.
Exactly.
I've not said exactly how he said it, but he said when you are introduced who you are supposed to be, you become scared of yourself because it will blow your mind. That's what basically he said.
So people are actually living, they are under living. They are not living their worth. God made them to be great, but they are under living because of lack of knowledge. So in my book too, I wrote the reason why people fail. One of the reasons is lack of knowledge. If you don't know, let's say there is a trap.
Where you are going to answer my next question. So let me ask my question before you get there. Now, I'm going to ask a very interesting question.
Yeah.
What ways can you ensure that you'll be a failure in life? How can you ensure that your life here, like it won't go anywhere? What can you do to ensure that you be a failure? Let's say somebody said, okay, I don't want to be successful, I want to be a failure. What can the person do?
If you want to be a failure, it's based on your choices. So make sure you make the wrong choices. You know right from wrong. So make sure you make wrong choices.
To make it easier for the person, mention 3 ways the person can ensure, 3 bad decisions the person can ensure the person can take to make sure that he's a failure.
Yeah, to make sure you're a failure. I think in my book I started from a point and I've spoken about it now. Yeah. Like this, and I'm coming to say maybe I don't know, I don't know the viewers, those who are watching and cool. Yeah. Maybe someone may term it as religious and cool, but I'm not a religion person. You get it? Yeah, I'm not like somebody who is like this. We are following a particular. You can pick them. Sorry. Yeah. Like a religion. I have come to discover a true way that I always speak about. A true way. When Jesus Christ answered this question in John chapter 14 verse 6 that I'm the way, the truth, and the life. So I don't do anything without Jesus. Because I believe Jesus is the way, the truth, and life. So in my book, the first thing that I said about failure is a life without Christ. If you don't know about Jesus, if you have not accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you have not believed in what He came to do on the cross for you, then you are a failure. Like failure. No matter what you accomplish on it, when you die, you are never going to, spend eternity at the right place. Mm-hmm. Please, do you get it?
Yeah.
So that's the first angle. So if you are saying I should talk about 3 things,
that's the number one.
Number one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you know that you reject Jesus. That is failure.
Number two,
lack of knowledge. Don't read. Don't listen. When somebody is talking about something that can help you, just close
your mind.
Yeah. Don't watch anything educative. Don't listen to the news. Don't watch any educative program. Just follow entertainment. Watch more memes. And you are bound to fail.
Netflix.
Because you lack information. Well, some of the movies, they are good. You can learn from the movies, but some of them too, they don't really have much value. So lack of knowledge too, and surround yourself with the wrong people. That one too can help you to fail.
So if you want to fail, he has mentioned the 3 ways you can use to fail. If you want to mess up your life, you can do these 3 things and mess up your life. But I will not recommend it.
So don't do it, because people think we don't need God in our lives.
Yeah,
we need God. I always say, the spiritual. In my book, I explain that the spiritual has influence over the physical. Because unless you don't believe in God, because if you believe that God was the one who made you, it means that God has a control over your life. So in everything, you have to prioritize God. That's why Christ comes first in everything that we do.
I get you.
Yeah. So if you want to fail, then you reject Christ, reject God, reject knowledge. Then also the last one, surround yourself with the wrong company. Then
now let's talk.
It's not commendable. So they mean I do the opposite of what I've said and succeed.
Now let's talk. This is my last question. Even though I have plenty of questions, I want us to talk about this thing So if now there's something about bad company. When you say bad company, usually people think that bad company perhaps will mean that this person is involved maybe what we call social vices. So because the person is involved in social vices, that person is a bad influence. Yes, that is true. But is that all that qualifies someone to be a bad friend? Because, for example, if let's say you want to be a musician, and then the people around you believe that musicians will be, all your friends believe that musicians will be poor, and then they are encouraging you either to become a doctor. Being a doctor is a good thing, it's not a bad thing, but maybe you feel like you're not supposed to be it. But because you're around them and they are all doctors, and they are discouraging you from becoming a musician, you will probably, most likely, not end up becoming a musician.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's what I'm asking you. The bad company you're referring to, how are you categorizing bad company?
I think it's an intelligence question, and big ups to.
Thank you very much. That's what we do here. That's why I also watch the channel.
It's an intelligence question. Yeah, very intelligent, because most often that's what we think when we say bad company. It means people who do bad things, like visibly.
Yeah.
Like maybe a person who smokes or like harms people. Yeah. But somebody can be a bad company even just with the ideas that he gives to you.
Yeah.
Or the kind of language that he speaks around you.
Or kill your dreams.
Yeah, killing you. I said it in my book that negativity has never yielded positive results.
Exactly.
If you're a negative person, you can never succeed. Before I wrote this book, I faced a lot of hurdles and challenges, but because I'm a positive person, I struggled through, and I was positive that this thing is very possible. There are some things that I'm going to start that has not happened in Ghana before.
Wow.
But because I'm positive, I believe that
you can do it.
Happen. So as a human being, you have to be very positive. And if you surround yourself with negative friends, that one too can be a very, very bad company. That one can even be worse than somebody who smokes, because maybe perhaps you can be with someone who smokes and you may never smoke.
Yeah.
But if you surround yourself with somebody who is a negative person, I bet you, no matter how strong you are, the person will influence you in a way. Or when you decide to go into a certain business, without the person knowing anything about it, the person can just discourage you. Like the way the 10 spies, remember the story from Joshua?
Yeah.
When they were told, the 12 spies were told to go and explore the promised land. When they came, 10 people came with bad news, and only 2 people came with good news. So it shows that in life, the majority of people are negative, especially in our country.
Just by me. The interesting thing about that particular story is that it's what the people said. They said that the guys you're supposed to go and kill, the land you're supposed to, the people there are like giants.
Giants, yeah.
But isn't it the same people that later they went there and they were like normal human beings?
You see? Yeah. So like they exalted the problem even above God. They claim they believe in God, but they exalted the problem above God. But it's not like Joshua denying the fact. Joshua denied the fact, that the people are not giants, or like they were the sons of God, like they were like giants, not like normal.
They were there. Yes.
Yeah. So it's not that you are denying the evidence, but you believe that because God is with you, you can succeed. So that's positivity. Yeah. So if you surround yourself with negative people too, so I think that one too is a very bad company. And thanks for bringing our attention to that.
You're welcome. That's what we do here.
Then consider this kind of company.
Okay, so unfortunately, I know you guys want the program to end, but this program has to end. But this is not the end. We'll have other videos. But I know by now people are wondering how they can get this powerful book. So is it in a bookshop? Is it online? Where is it? Where can they get the book?
Okay, so you can get a book from me for now. Yeah.
Okay.
About this week we'll be uploading the book to Amazon.
Oh, sharp.
Those kind of online stores. Yeah. So if you want the book, you have to contact me for the updates and the information.
Okay, so we'll put the number at the bottom of the screen. You can call and get. How much is the book?
The book just goes for 25 cedis.
Oh, make it like 50 cedis, sir. Do you have money?
The economy is very tight. The economy is very tight, so, and I want everybody to be able to access the book. And even if you think you cannot buy it at 25 cedis, you just talk to me. You know what we can do for you. Yeah. But I'm more interested in the impact. Yeah.
So if somebody also wants you to come and speak at their function, are you available for that?
Yeah, very available.
So when they call that number in the book, the one I will put at the bottom of the screen, they can reach you?
You can send me a message, a WhatsApp message on the same number.
I hope you not charge them plenty. No, charge them plenty. It's very necessary.
Don't worry.
We have told you that they should charge you.
Let's just talk.
If you want discounts, then tell them that you came from watching the video, then you give you the discount.
Let's just talk about it.
Okay, so we've come to the end of the show. He's going to leave us with some comments. I'm going to tell you guys to like. So what we usually do when we come to the end of the show, we ask to tell the viewers to like the video, subscribe, share it, and then we say goodbye to them.
Okay, thank you very much for watching this video, and I think you have to like the video,
Very
share,
important.
comment what you think, or if you have questions. I talked about a lot of things. Perhaps you may not agree with me. I know when I talk about some sensitive issues, some people will not agree with me. But if you don't agree with me, just
Choose violence.
Comment. I don't choose violence, but write in the comment section. If you have a question, just write it. If you have a thumbs up or a word of commendation or encouragement, So and do also subscribe if you have not subscribed to this channel. And thank you very much. I appreciate you.
All right, guys. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.